Hi, everybody. My name is Sam Cialik, and I'm head of business development for Maalka. Maalka is a sustainability cloud software company based in Brooklyn, New York. And today we're going to share with you a new program we're building on our platform called Kava. We're very excited to debut this new program to the Municipal Green Building Conference and Expo. And we hope to talk to you more about it in person or virtually rather at our virtual booth. So please stop over and say hi. Research from the Department of Energy shows that buildings can reduce the energy they consume by on average a whole third, exclusively with projects that have positive net savings. So Maalka asked the question, what then is actually preventing buildings from implementing these projects? The simple answer we found is organizations just don't have cost-effective tools to uncover the measures that have positive ROI. And so they don't even begin the process. Before we get into how we've solved this, I want to quickly talk about how the issue is currently being addressed. The proven most impactful approach to discovering building energy efficiency measures is through energy modeling. Modeling saves on average 68% more energy than if a building develops strategies without using it. This is obviously a huge effect size, and so it's worth paying attention to. So the question then becomes, why aren't buildings already using energy modeling tools? And to answer this question, you need to break down a few things first. So energy modeling tools have been on the market now for around 10 years. But even the most current iterations, like those seen up here, force this trade-off between being actionable and being scalable. So what I mean by this is some rely on dated methods for making inferences. And these can be useful for understanding a building's inefficiencies, but they just aren't reliable enough to make actual investment decisions from. And then others involve physical walkthroughs. And this obviously results in a much more accurate model, but is way too expensive and too slow to be done at any kind of scale. Now at Kava, we're breaking this trade-off. Kava combines Maalka's big data platform with a cloud computing process we co-developed over years of partnership with leading US energy labs. Kava's method goes like this. So first, we generate building models with data that's easily accessible to every US city. We then make a few assumptions based on the categorical information, like for example, based on when and where the building was built. We'll assume that it was built to a certain code. And then we calibrate these models using actual energy use data that can be retrieved from utilities instantly. And finally, we test thousands of different scenarios on each building. And here we incorporate financial and grid information so we can understand not just the energy savings, but also the economic and the environmental impacts. So to quickly summarize, Kava utilizes public standards and a completely novel approach to energy modeling to automate what typically takes hundreds of hours of engineering labor, all with the click of a button. And the result is energy modeling that's more than an order of magnitude faster and cheaper than anything else that's out there. There are a few case studies I'd love to go into more detail with you about at our booth, but one high-level takeaway is that the value that gets unlocked when you stop treating buildings like they're individual islands and instead optimize your energy efficiency strategy at the portfolio level is really staggering. There's this one case study by Rocky Mountain Institute where they were doing energy modeling for 150 REI retail locations. And in this, they found that the decile that had the most return had about 10 times the return than the decile with the least return. So you can really unlock all sorts of new value when you don't look at individual buildings, but instead look at your whole portfolio. And because of this fact, we developed this business model that focuses on cities, which get outsized benefit from using Kava because they're large portfolios. And since it only costs $200 per building and takes a couple of hours, this way of using energy modeling for portfolios is possible really for the first time ever. So our ask is if you have influence over a large portfolio of buildings in your city, and you want to find the best measures to save the most money and reduce the most emissions, we want to talk to you and we want to get a pilot going with you soon. So I hope you'll stop over at our booth. Again, our name is Maalka, and either talk to myself or our CEO, Rimis, and we'd love to hear about your city and your needs there. So with that, I'll say thanks so much for your interest, and we look forward to meeting you.